Good morning everybody and welcome to our course on Introduction to Mechanical Micro Machining. In the last class we have seen some of the parameters which will affect the movement of the different axes in x, y and z direction. We have seen that what is the straightness, what is the flatness and how the smoothness also affect the machining performance, and we have seen some of the examples of the problem of the tool workpiece location and the contact positions. So, we have seen those things and let us continue further in this. So, this is the axis orthogonality. So, what is axis orthogonality? That means, we know that our x axis and y axis are perpendicular to each other, correct. So, this is the x axis and this is the y axis. If that is not the case, then what is going to happen, right? Let us see those things. So, kinematic links ideally situated at right angle to each other, that is what we have seen here, that is x, y and z, all things should be right angle to each other. It is assumed that the right angle are present and are maintained throughout all the operational procedure. Now, there are two ways that if machine is static condition, we can get this particular thing done, but when it is in motion, at that time what happens, that there is additional forces and the vibration which may create some additional problem and you may not get the straight line. Even if it is straight line, there may be some variation within that straight line. So, that creates a problem. So, what is this particular thing? Now, here this example tells us, now this is the x axis. So, whatever we are showing here, this is the x and this one is the y. Only problem is that y is not perpendicular to x. Our actual thing should it should be something like this. Suppose this is the x 1 and this should be the y 1. Correct. So, this is the actual configuration. This dotted line, dash line, it tells us that x y is actually mounted over the x axis, right. So, in this case y axis is mounted over x axis, correct. This is what is showing. Now, you want to create two features here. So, this is the tool path which is showing here. Correct. So, this is the tool path. What is our objective? Our objective is to create a component or the machine something like this. This is our objective, that is only fulfilled if your x and y axis are perpendicular to each other. Now, what is problem? That your x is correct, that is perfectly fine, but it has a problem in the y is little bit shifted with a some degree of angle, that is theta. So, now what is problem? That if your workpiece is moving in x direction only, no problem, because if you want to just cut a straight line here in this particular case, let us see that suppose your cut is in this direction, you want to cut something in this direction, at that time it will not create any problem, because you are just moving a x axis in this direction. But if you are cutting something in y direction, what happens? Now, if you see this thing x direction things are both are straight along with the x direction, but when you are cutting something in y direction, now this is the path it follow. Now, what is problem in this path? Still it is parallel to the y axis, but that is not the case. There is one problem, because when you draw one line here from here to here and from here to here, it has a movement in the x axis also. Now, if you see this thing, this is the x movement, correct. When you are moving in x direction, at that time we can see that there is no movement in the y axis, but when you are moving in a y direction, because y axis is located in the this way, at that time you are getting extra motion, because x is located on the y. So, wherever y is moving, your x will also move. So, in that condition your x is getting extra motion where actually you do not want anything else. Your feature is something like this, but you are getting this particular feature. So, this is a problem which we have to avoid. So, orthogonality is creating problem because we have seen that all axes are coupled with each other. If you are getting a problem in one axis, that will be propagated or it will be transferred to the other y axis or the x axis or z axis depending on the motion of your tool or the workpiece. So, this should be avoided at any cost, otherwise you are getting a wrong cutting or the wrong feature. Now, coming to the orthogonal error in the z axis. Now, we know that our z axis is always vertical, we assume that thing, correct. And when you are going to cut something or suppose consider, now we are not considering x and y direction. So, let us consider about the drilling only. So, you are drilling a hole here. So, when you are drilling with a straight line, we assume that this is a straight cutting, that means it is uniform diameter, correct. That is only possible when your axis is a perfectly straight or uniform diameter or the straight diameter. Straight hole, correct. So, non-orthogonal z axis motion could result in motion component in x and y if the non-orthogonality is in two dimensional. Now, what is meant? Now, this is the condition. Now, let us see in a little bit isometric view. Now, consider that suppose this is your workpiece and this is the point through which you want to do a drilling operation. This is your x axis, this one is your y axis, and your tool is located at the top. And when you see from the top, now consider this is the straight line. Now, let us create one plane here, this is the straight line here. And now, your tool is inclined with the some axis here. Suppose your tool should be here, but your tool is located somewhere here at this location. So, it has a location error in x and y direction, both the things. Now, see this whatever is this deviation. So, this deviation is in that is in y direction, and whatever is this deviation is in x direction, correct. Right now, our tool is located here. Now, if this location is okay and you are getting it at this location, correct. So, now what happens if you put this particular plane here directly, same plane, then because of this alignment problem your hole you are drilling at this direction, not exactly at the straight location. So, this is what this figure tells us. So, now we are looking at the x and z plane. So, we are looking from this particular plane at this direction when you are looking from there, because now there is a alignment problem. So, your tool is located inclined. So, instead of a straight line, so your location is here. So, your tool everything should be something like this. So, and hole should be, it should come like this, but because of that problem in the or alignment problem with the x direction with z direction, you are actually drilling a inclined hole. That is you are looking from that way, but if you look from this particular direction right now, you can get the other axis problem. So, you are drilling in this direction, actually it should be in this direction, because this is the angle theta which is additional, or that is the error because between the x and y and z axis. So, this is what is problem. So, now you can understand that if your problem in x or y direction, this is a two dimensional because it error occurs in the two dimension, but suppose your tool is located at this location or this location, then what we can tell that if it is located here, then actually it is in the no problem in the x direction, but it is a axis problem or the deviation in the y direction only. If your tool is located here and then it is drilling at this location, then there is no problem in the x direction, but it is a problem in the y direction, because these particular things are in the y direction, x direction, not y direction. So, in that way you have to find out that out of this particular thing where your tool is located, what is the tool location, then only you can get the thing. So, we have seen the orthogonal error problem in the x and y direction and z direction also. Now, let us see what are the different type of errors in different axes. Now, you consider the x direction only right now. Let us see x direction. So, this is the x direction. Now, notations are given here at this location. So, you have to pay attention to this location, right. So, each 6 errors are because of the deviation in the x axis. Correct. So, what are the these errors? The first one is the position error. Position error means right now we are talking about x axis only. So, your tool or whatever this particular motion control, it is perfectly fine in the y direction and both the directions. But now, consider this thing that it has no problem in the y axis and x axis. So, your tool is always in a straight line, means there is no deviation in this particular part, but only thing that when it is moving, now consider that it is moving. Now, you will find two scale here. If you see this particular location, one is the white color one and another one is the red color one. So, white color one is the desired one, this is the desired, and this is what you are getting. Now, how these things are different? If you see, the spacing between all the y lines are uniform, there is constant, but if you see spacing between the red line, these are very random. So, what is problem? That is what we are talking about, the steep and slip phenomena. So, sometime it is very easy to move, then suddenly you are getting a very steep phenomena, friction is very high, and then sudden movement is there. So, you are not able to move your x axis very uniformly. So, that is the position error, that you are not able to find one particular location. Suppose you are moving from here to here, your target location is this one, but when you are moving and you encounter the steep slip phenomena, so because of the steep slip, you are actually end up a little bit ahead of this particular point, because suppose you are reaching very close to that and you want to reach to this location or target location, but because the distance is very small and friction is very high, you actually apply little more force, and because of that more force, your movement will be little bit more. So, that is the problem in the position, you are not able to get to the same location where you intended. Okay. So, this is what is happening in this particular case. So, your particular position error is this one. Now, second is two straightness error. What are the two straightness error? Because we know that we have a 3 axis perpendicular to each other. So, what are the straightness errors? So, one straightness error is, you consider this is in error in the y direction. So, now what is going to happen, that you will get this particular straight error, you will get all the y same, this particular red color and the white color same, but what is going to happen here, this particular movement, it is in x axis, but it will actually move in y axis also. Right. If you see this particular location, you can understand that it is moving in both the direction. Now, if you see this location, it is little bit coming in this direction and this direction. So, your motion is actually in this direction. So, instead of a straight line, what you are doing, actually you are cutting in this direction. So, this is the first straightness error in the y direction. So, still we have one more axis, that is called z axis. So, now this is the error in the z axis. So, this is the movement in x axis, but error in the z axis. Right. So, now see, this is moving up and down, correct. So, this up and down motion will again create a problem, because here you are getting this type of motion, but here what you are getting this type of motion. So, this is in the z direction and this one is in the y direction. So, one is the position error because you are not able to position your workpiece at one, that means uniform motion was not possible. Another one is it is moving in a sinusoidal way, but in the same plane, and another one is the moving in the sinusoidal way, but in the vertical plane. So, that is called the z axis problem. Then one is the roll error motion. So, this one is this one. So, now this is called x roller motion. So, earlier it was a translation x t x. So, motion in x direction, but error in x direction translation. Here motion is in x direction, but error in y translation. Here motion is again x direction and error in z, but in translation error. But now it is r. So, it is a rotational error. So, let us see how it is rotational error. So, now you can see that it is moving along the z axis, but it is swinging around the z axis. So, how this is happening here? So, this is your z axis and this is your point of contact, or that is the center point of that, and then your axis is moving in this direction and this direction. So, this is your movement. If you see it again, you can realize it, correct. So, this is going down up, going down up. So, this is how it is moving. So, this is the one roller error motion, and again two tilt error motion pitch and yaw. So, this is x. Now, you can see the x rotation around x, it is x rotation around y, and this is x rotation around the z axis. So, now let us see this one. Now, see it is swinging in the y axis direction, correct. So, this is something like, so if you are looking from this side, if you are looking from this particular direction, then your spindle axis is this one, and then you are actually swinging in this direction, and this direction is the y axis and this one is the z axis, correct. This we are looking at this particular plane. Now, this one is the x axis and this is the y axis from this particular plane. So, this is the y axis. So, movement is along the y axis, and same way you can see this last one also here. So, this is along the z axis, correct. So, this is the rotation around the z axis. So, when you see from the top one, looking from the top, so this is the location, and consider this is our path, then your whole axis is moving in this direction. Correct. So, this is moving in this way. So, these are whatever we are seeing here right now, it is actually at a very highly exaggerated view, but a small motion we know that we are working at a micron level. So, even a small micron here, because we know that easily if you see this particular thing, that suppose we have a very small amount of problem here. So, this axis should be straight, consider x axis, and this is 1 degree of slope, whatever is theta is 1 degree. So, if you are machining at this location, what is the problem, that you are actually working with this particular error only. So, this is the error 1, but if your tool is located here at this location, then your error is very amplified, depending, even though it is a 1 degree angle. The far away from the source or location of this error, your amplification will be very high. So, this is the E2. So, E2 is very higher than E1. So, if you see in this condition all this rotational error, everywhere your movement is very small, but it is if it is very close, then it is very less, but if it is very far away from there, then it is a very high. So, that is called Abbe error, that is mostly we find in the vernier caliper. So, this is about the movement in the linear direction. Right now, we are talking about linear direction. Now, coming to the rotational axis. Now, we have seen that linear axis x, y, z all three will play important role in the machining, but suppose we have mounted the fourth axis, that is the rotational axis. So, how rotational axis will work? So, there are 2 radial error in the motion. So, total there are 6 errors. Earlier case also there were 6 errors, but here there are 2 radials. So, let us see these first 2 errors. So, this is the error in x direction circular error, and this is error in y direction circular error. So, here this particular chuck is given, and chuck has the 2 plane, one this green color plane is one there, 3 plane, and there is blue color is at the bottom. So, it is a flat surface, and this red color is the perpendicular to the both the planes. So, these are the 3 planes. So, now when it is moving at that time, you can see that it is actually not moving exactly at that center only. So, it is moving in both the direction, x direction and the y direction. So, how you can see that thing? Let us suppose we are looking from the top. Okay. So, this is the actual location, and now consider this y is this one. So, let us consider this one is y axis and this one is x axis, what we are looking at from this only. So, instead of that, what it is doing, that it is rotating something like this. So, its center is shifted to one another location, that is all. So, if that is happening, then what will happen, that it will rotate in both the directions. So, you have a deviation in the x direction also, in y direction also, correct. So, in that way, if your center is here, then sometimes whatever center also rotates in this direction, then whole path, your tracing path will be something like this. This is a big circle now. So, in that direction you will get the magnified error in the all these quadrants 1, 2, 3 all quadrant you will get their error, and that is called the error in the x and y direction during the radial rotation. And on there is the axial rotation motion. So, axial means what we are talking here, it is a rotation around the z axis. So, this whole thing will move up and down. Now, see, this is called up and down motion. So, it is not in the same plane. So, this blue color plane is there. So, it is not rotating in the same plane. So, it is moving up and down. So, your z is always changing in that direction. So, what is the problem of this particular thing? Let's suppose this is your tool, and consider that you want to drill it. So, this is your drill and this is your workpiece, correct, and you have said that you want to go do a shallow cut or the hollow drilling. So, this is suppose you want to go with a 2 mm, and if this thing happens that your workpiece is moving up and down in this location, what will happen, instead of 2 you may go up to 3 also, because now your depth is not able to control it that. So, that is the problem in the axial motion, you are not able to control the depth very properly. Now, coming to third one, the angular position error. So, this is the angular position error. So, what it is showing us, that now you can see here that there are 2 different marks. Earlier we have seen in the earlier graph that those 2 marks were the white color and the red color. So, here this black color is the desired part, that means all the things are uniformly spaced, and what motion you are getting here, you are getting something like a and something like this. So, this uniform uniform or the smooth motion is not achievable in this particular case. So, when you are cutting a slot by this particular thing, then there are problems. Suppose you have a circular workpiece and you want to cut a slot something like this. This is the slot which you want to cut. Okay. So, instead of giving the motion in x y continuously, what we are doing? You are doing a cutting in the by rotating this particular c axis. So, in this case what will happen, that you are not able to move your tool uniformly throughout this particular circle, and that is the reason that you are encountering a very large amount of force for a longer time, and suddenly there is no force or suddenly there is no movement. So, at that time tool failure will be very high. And this one is the to tilt error motion. So, now again wherever we are finding there is a radial error or the tilt error, then all the 3 plane is again coming into picture. So, now tilt error R is the error in the A with a circular, that it means along the x axis, along the y, that is the b axis along the y axis, and then you are getting a circular error. So, let us see that how it is there. So, here you can see that it is moving out of the plane in this particular case, correct. So, now how it is showing that thing? Now, your slide or that particular chuck is located at this location, and this is our z axis. Consider this one is our x axis and y axis is perpendicular to both of these. So, first let us see the EAC. So, what is this EAC? That your this particular thing is now rotating in this particular way. So, this is the angle with respect to x direction. So, your rotation is continuous, that is obviously there, but it is rotating in this particular direction. So, in this way or in this way. So, this is the problem with the x direction. Same way, if you change it to y axis, then you are getting the same axis for the y one also. So, this is considered, this is the y one, then you are getting the same motion here. So, what is problem here? That suppose same, let us take the same example here, that you have a square circle and this is the slot you want to cut, and if you are taking a cross section of this one, what you are getting here, this is the thing, and here this is the slot with a uniform depth, correct. So, this depth should be same, but if you are end up with both these particular things, what will happen? In some cases your depth will be very large. Wherever you do a cutting operation, whatever plane you cut from here, you will get a different depth. Maybe the height is very large here, this may be even smaller than what is required, it is higher than what is required. So, in this type you can get the different type of shapes and different type of errors, and sometimes what happens that now if this is the condition, suppose in all the cases you are getting a depth smaller than what is required, then there is a chance that you can do reworking here. If the depth is small, then you can do one more pass, correct. But if depth is more, then you cannot do anything here, it is a pure rejection, correct. So, what is the objective of understanding this error component? That we have error in the two different direction. Total means total in three direction, x direction, y direction, z direction, and this rotation also, that is in theta direction. So, all the three axes are important in this case. We have seen x example, we will see y and z example in the next class, and theta, this example we have seen here, and this is the way actually you can understand what are the problem in the motion error of the axis. Workpiece machining and those things will come later, but first we have to make sure that our motions of all the axes are perfectly fine and there is no deviation, or if there is a deviation, it is within the allowable limit of the specification of the component which we are going to cut out of that machine. Thank you very much. Let us finish this class here and we will continue this topic further in the next class. Thank you very much.